Cooking with Kane. So what we're doing tonight is we're making a kind of a concoction. So if you get just vegetables and stuff in the house, you take some mushrooms, onions, potatoes, whatever you got. I didn't use potatoes because I'm trying to watch carbs and stuff. So I used eggplant instead of potatoes, same kind of consistency, and it worked out pretty good if you don't cook it too long. So I use just ground beef and some peppers and some other stuff up in there. Then I just use salt and pepper and water to simmer everything in to kind of bring the flavor together. Also, if you chop up your eggplant, I use, and this may sound weird, but I use the meat fat to seal the bottom of the eggplant. So say you chopped off like a sliver of it, got some meat grease, you just cut it in there. Great sounds, right? And then, you go ahead and put it in there, and when the meat fat cools, it turns into like a wax, which seals it. Seems to work just fine, and you're going to use it again anyway for the next cooking thing, so it works out. I threw in a little bit of peanut butter too, which sounds weird, but when it's in there and it's good, you'll see. I've stirred it up a little bit. You want everything to kind of go to a golden brown, sort of like that, which is golden brown, just because that way you know everything's cooked. Now you could do whatever you want. If you want to sear it, you can sear it, put it on top of pasta. You can use bread. I don't want to use bread. Like I said, I'm trying to keep the carbs down. I'm going to use tortilla, which I guess is carbs, so I guess I kicked that right out the window. But that's how I want to deliver it to my face. To me, that's tastier. And, you can use different kinds of tortillas. You can use like the Ezekiel breads and stuff, whatever you want. But for now, I'm going to flip this so it doesn't burst into the flame. What you've seen so far is all the kind of like meaty and kind of stuff. You got vegetables in there, but it all looks fairly meaty. So I'm going to throw in this kale salad stuff, which is already like a pre-made bag, because it's inexpensive and it works. But I'm going to put that on top of the tortilla and some cheese, and I'm going to wrap it all up and both sides of it in the meat juice to kind of give it that seared flavor, so you get the flavor all the way through. And that's what I'm going to do for right now. So I'm going to prepare the tortillas. Now I do it the old-fashioned way, just fire. Always make sure you don't put your fire too high because you don't want to burn it. And if you have a beard like mine, you'll go up like a wick. Try to do this while filming. I'm sure people do it all the time, but for me, it's quite a challenge. And with your fire, if you have numbers on your thing, I always keep it like a 4. It's quick, but you can do stuff to it. Leave it on there. What I do is I wait till I see the edges kind of move. We wait till they move. It's exciting. We'll time lapse some of this. Oh, it's on fire! No, Jones, don't let it burn. Okay, we're gonna put the kale salad onto the tortilla. Yes, I said tortilla because I am a gringo. Grande gringo. I've always held a junk to me because I like food and I just feel bad about it. Now I don't give a crap. But I do try to eat healthier, so I have good friends that are watching. So just crap in there, maybe put the meat, and then I'll just put it all together and show you. Then I'll wrap it. Ooh, not with you though, because I'll eat that other hand. Okay, now what I do to kind of help me, because you do only have one hand and it's difficult when you're trying to film both up, I will use either side to kind of see what it's doing there, kind of holding each other's halves up. It looks like a strange bird, like a Mothra or some other big flying thing. And yeah, so that helps you hold the edges up so you can kind of tuck everything in there. See, we learned stuff. I've decided that it's a lot easier if I don't grill the thing. I've already kind of cooked the tortillas and stuff. So I just made it to this fresh thing where it's all green and you got the cheese on top. I'm going to keep the lettuce cold and the meat hot, and it's kind of spicy, so it's going to kick you in the face. You can make something pretty easy and really cheap for like this. I think this took $10. And you can obviously feed 2 people with this. You don't have to just be a psychopath and eat all of it, but you can be. And that's the joy of cooking with Kane. Alright. See you next time for whatever else I try to make. Probably an omelet, because I like making breakfasts. Because the most important meal of the day is your breakfast. Or at least the one I enjoy. Then I say my second most important is the one after that, and then the one after that. They're all pretty equal. Worked out pretty good. Oh, sorry. So it's fresh, it's tasty, everything in there is good.